Welcome to a brand new podcast. And this is the Oracle 19. And my name is Greatness. For any business inquiries, as I always mention, if you want to put your brand or business on this platform, you can email me, or email us, I should say, at evolutionoflondon@gmail.com. Definitely someone will definitely check your email. So that's evolutionoflondon@gmail.com if you want to put your brand or business on this podcast. And same email if you want to make a free will offering. You can make a free will offering. Again, we definitely will appreciate that as we expand worldwide. That's evolutionoflondon@gmail.com. And we have different links to other affiliates, www.linktree.com/Evolution of London. That's LINKTREE.com. Linktree.com/Evolution of London. Different links to other affiliates. And we have a Patreon channel in which we have videos that's not on YouTube. www.patreon.com patreon.com/Evolution of London. We have digital artwork as well as consulting services as well. So you do have to subscribe to that channel, monthly channel, which is definitely affordable. So definitely check that out and subscribe to our Patreon channel. You can check us out on Rumble, rumble.com. That's rumble.com, rumble.com. And then you type in the Oracle 19. We have videos, audio videos that is on their shows. So definitely support our channel, rumble.com /the Oracle 19 radio. Or the Oracle 19, excuse me. Mr. Will, he's been a fitness consultant for over 15 years, so if you want to book a consultation, email him at willies99@gmail.com. That's Willies, WILLYZ, fitness99@gmail.com. And you can support his merchandise, which is www.wjaccessories.org. There you will find custom clothes, accessories, digital products for business as well as personal use. Again, that's www.wjaccessories.org. Also, support DJ Panthro on the ones and twos. He's international now, so if you want to book for him to come to your venue anywhere on this planet Earth, you can email him, DJ Panthro, PANTHRO 519@gmail.com. One of the best DJs in southwestern Ontario. So definitely, as he expanding, I need y'all guys to email him and book for him to come to your venue. You definitely will like his music, and coming soon, he will be on TikTok as well. So look for him soon on TikTok. Fin City Fish and Chips, located at 711 Richmond Street. Again, that's downtown London, Ontario. Telephone number is 519-672-9950. You can email them at fincitylondon@gmail.com. And their website is www.fincityfishandchips.ca. They on Facebook and Instagram, and they deliver DoorDash, Uber Eats, Skip, etc. And their food, their fish and chips is great. As I always mention, I love it. And you will love it. So definitely place an order or stop by their store and check out Fin City Fish and Chips. Check out Royalty 9 International, luxury candles, homemade candles, 100% soy wax. And you can get from scented to unscented candles. Now, the scented candles is from frankincense, myrrh, Egyptian musk, vanilla, peppermint, jasmine, rose, eucalyptus, just to name a few. So if you want to place an order for your homemade candles, you can email them at royalty9international@gmail.com. And you can check out their website, www.royalty9international.com. And on social media, TikTok and Instagram, Royalty 9 International. So if you want to place an order, you have multiple options to reach the company. So again, Royalty 9 International for your homemade candles. Simon's Prime Hamburger. They have 2 locations. First location is 691 Richmond Street, Unit 1. Again, that's downtown London, Ontario. Hours of operation is Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. That's Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Fridays, 11 a.m. to 2:30 a.m. Saturdays, 11 a.m. to 2:30 a.m. And finally, Sundays, 12 noon to 8 p.m. 100% real cheese, 100% fresh beef, 100% fresh cut fries. And they're online as well, www.simonburger.ca. I personally love their chili burgers, as I also mentioned. But I know I have to change up and try the other dishes, but I've seen it. And usually once I focus on one, I'm there. But they have fresh cheeseburgers and chicken burgers and hamburgers and you name it, the poutines. It's definitely very good. So stop by at Simon's Prime Hamburger at their first location. Now their second location is in Windsor, Ontario. That's 3580 Tecumseh Road East, TECUMSEH Road East. Hours operation is Monday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sundays, 12 noon to 8 p.m. And it's dining, so you can sit down and enjoy and relax. Telephone number is 519-915-1397. And they also deliver, so the usual Skip and DoorDash and Uber Eats. So you definitely can go online and place your order, or you can go physically to both of the locations and get your eat on. Simon's Prime Hamburger is for you. Now the Oracle 19 is on all major platforms. We are Rumble. I was going to say Rambo. Rumble.com. We're on the Oracle 19 podcast. Any information I haven't mentioned would be there. But the Oracle 19 podcast, and I say it again, the Oracle 19 podcast is on all major platforms. iHeartRadio, Google, Apple, Spotify, Amazon Music, just to name a few. And any information I haven't mentioned will be in the description box of the Oracle 19 podcast, rumble.com, the Greatness 19 channel, Mr. Evolution of London, www.theoracle19radio.com. Now, music, Cheap Limousine channel on YouTube. Have a whole wide range of different beats as you listen to right now. So once you go to his website or YouTube page, you will see other social media sites. So definitely like, subscribe, and support the Cheap Limousine on YouTube. And continue to train on YouTube, the Greatness 19 channel, as I mentioned previously. Whole wide range of different videos to open up your third eye. Over 470 videos. So like, subscribe, and share to the Greatness 19 channel on YouTube. And Mr. Evolution of London, that's our health and wellness channel. So definitely we're expanding on that. So I need you guys to like and subscribe and share to the Greatness, to Mr. Evolution of London, our health and wellness channel. Now today is a topic that, as always, I give my perspective. And it's all about staying focused. I always change up, and not all the time I talk about relationships, men and women. If you listen to all my shows, over 200 shows, it's not about relationships. I touch on that, but I get into a lot of different topics. I mean, I deal with society, sciences, and a little bit of the politics, and I get into a lot of different topics, technology, life experiences. So it's not about just one thing, because I talk about different topics. I'm multifaceted. That's just how my brain works. I'm just not focusing on one thing, because life, you gotta think about a lot of different things around you. And that's why today I'm talking about staying focused. And this is for everyone. And if you have checked out social media or the news, local news or international news, you're finding out that in the United States there was a couple of banks that was shut down, that closed. Signature Bank, Silicon Valley Bank. And it's a sign. It's a sign that is more to come. And I touch base on basically the collapse of society. We living in the last days. And you really need to prepare. You can't fear it. Now, I should say, the reason why I'm saying that, because these things is going to happen. If you follow the scriptures, whether it's the Bible or the Quran or the Torah, it tells you about the signs of the times, tribulations. And this is part of the tribulations. Banks closing, inflation, gas prices, the state of mind of people, human beings, mental illness on the rise, violence among humans, lack of money, the breakdown of relationships. This is pretty much prophecy. And the question is always, well, what can I do? That's why I say this topic is staying focused. Because in this day and time, you have the destruction of family life. Family life is not the same. The togetherness is not the same like it used to be. It's fractures within family, whether it's parents against children, children against parents, or uncles and aunts versus whoever. It is what it is. But how can you overcome this? It's staying focused. How? let's just say, for example, in terms of the number one thing that most of us think about is money. And being that we grinding and working and so much time in the day is taken away because we work and trying to make a dollar, how can we produce any time for anything else? That's really the $1,000,000 question. And this is a case-by-case situation, so I can't really zero in on you and tell you particularly what you need to do, nor am I going to go in that direction. I just maybe give some suggestions to survive, and it might be applicable to your life. So that's how I look at it. Now, with the banks that is closing or have closed and affected, hundreds of thousands of people, and the possibility of more banks closing, and your money is in there, and you might be worried, and because you never know, banks is not going to tell you their true status. You never know, your bank might close with your money in it. And the banks, even though most of the banks have a quote-unquote guarantee where you will get the money back, your money back. But there's nothing guaranteed in life. There's an old saying, there's nothing guaranteed in life but death and taxes. Death and taxes. And you could take away the taxes per se, depending how you go with that, but death is inevitable. We all gonna die one day. So that is very consistent. So how can I maneuver in this day and time of wickedness? Again, being laser focused. Now, touching with banks closing, what can I do? Well, here's the thing. Nothing, is not guaranteed. Does it mean you should take all your money out, put it in a mayonnaise jar? Depends how much money you have. If you have, let's say $100,000, because most banks will cover $100,000, quote unquote. I put my hands up for that one, because you never know. In war, in state of emergency, banks could do like, in North America, they could just be like some European nations, like in Portugal and so forth, just say, or Greece, say, oh, well, bank is closed, you can't get your money today, we'll get back to you. So nothing is guaranteed. What I would say, as an everyday folk out here, is definitely diversify yourself and staying focused. And what do I mean by diversifying? You have money in the bank, but you also have cash in your house. Now, you do it now before maybe your country near you become cashless. I know countries like in the Scandinavian countries such as Norway and Sweden. I think Norway is already cashless, and I believe the Philippines or Singapore. But again, don't quote me, just research. There's countries now that is cashless or cashless society or becoming that, which is not necessarily a good thing for citizens. Is a way you definitely be able to track a person's whereabouts and do the transactions that they make, but that's a whole different story. But let's swing it back about staying focused and surviving. Have a little money in your bank account. It depends how much you have. The average citizen out here really don't have $1,000 in their bank, the average. So, if you got a couple of $100 in your bank account, you could leave it there. Just as a part of diversifying your portfolio, but always having cash in your house is essential in a safe or lockbox or something. Because let's say, for example, now, and I would say you realistically have a couple of $1,000 at least. Strive to at least have a couple of $1,000 out in your house. And people will say, oh, you know, it's hard for me to save, and I get it. This is why you have to stay focused. Even if you, out of your pay, you really try to save 10% of what your earnings, at least. Try. If you're making $500 take home per week, at least $50 at least. See, this is a time, I know it's hard, but this is a time really to stay focused and be laser sharp out here and really start saving. And I know money comes, money go. I know because you got tons of bills, but you got to think of the now and you got to think of the future. So you got to think of both ways, because things can happen in a quick moment. And let's say, for example, you have to make a quick trip leaving your area and have to hop on the plane. That $2,000 could get you a first class seat or wherever, anywhere basically on the planet Earth if you had to leave. And I just say basically, a couple, 2,000 at least. Or of emergency, you know, you got to bail yourself out or something of that nature, or you know, it was a fire in your house or something. You need a hotel. You need to stay at a hotel for a month. That $2,000 will help your situation. See, just don't think of the now, the present. You got to think of the future. Because as banks close, as inflation rises, North America will be the third world country. A dressed up third world country. What do I mean by that? Well, with gasoline prices sky high, or rising, I should say, and property tax is high, and buying a home is costly, and food is inflation with food is rising, and clothes and so forth. Cost of living in general is rising. What would be the difference? You have to, I put it like this, in so-called third world countries, food, you could get 5 items and might cost you a couple of $100 in their money. Well, look, you could get items here in North America and it costs you a couple of $100. What do I mean? I remember it was a time when you had a big jumbo roll of paper towels. They're usually like 12 or 24 in the pack. Jumbo size paper towel. We were 12 or 24 in the pack. And just years ago, that might was $5.99 or $7.99 at best, $8. Now you're talking about $18 to $22 for a 12 pack or 24 pack of paper towel. Now let's say you need to stock up on paper towel and you have a family of 4. And let's say you just want to buy 4 big packs of paper towel. 4 jumbo size packs of paper towel. You already blew $100 right there. And not including toilet tissue, same thing. Toilet tissue jumbo size is that price range as well. $18 to $22, depends of the state or province where you reside. Somewhere in North America, that's the going rate for the most part. So let's say you get 4 packs of jumbo-sized toilet tissue. So you got 4 jumbo of tissue and 4 jumbo of paper towels. 8 pieces altogether. You already blew $200. And that's not including food. Wait a minute. When you think about that, that's not including your food. That's not including your cleaning supplies, because you got to keep the house clean. You need pine. You need, you need rubbing alcohol, detergent. You stock up on detergent. You have a family. That particular week, you could easily blow $100 on detergent. Well, what about food? I need to eat. So you have a family. You're trying to be healthy, so you're trying to get, milk. Maybe you might want to deal with almond milk or soy or whatever, something, a little bit more healthier. Milk will cost you $3.54 for a half a gallon. So let's say, for example, easily for a family of 4, just throwing it out there, that's $200. And we're talking about a particular weekend. So to stock up on the toilet tissue and paper towel I mentioned, and the cleaning supplies, and the food, that particular weekend could cost you $500. And how long that stuff will last if you're a family of 4? Maybe 2 weeks, if you're lucky. Depends on your family. But let's just give it a benefit of doubt. Let's say 2 weeks. Most likely not, because you got to restock on food weekly. So that you got to easily blow another $150 just to restock. So food now can cost you, food, cleaning supplies, toilet tissue, etc., in a month, per month, realistically, could be anywhere between $1,200 to $1,500 per month. So that's just that. Let's say you blowing is $1,500 on food and supplies per month. That's not including your rent/mortgage. That's not including your utility bills. And that's not including miscellaneous things. So you have to start your income, or the house income. It gotta be like $6,000-$7,000 a month to really just say you above water. Realistically, just to be comfortable in North America, $6,000-$7,000 a month just to be comfortable. Now, yeah, people is making less than that and working it and pinching pennies. But, and I gave you that just analogy just to bring it back about staying focused. And it's important that your money, you make it work for you. And diversifying your money. And not only diversifying, but your skills, your God-given skills. Create residual income. And you've seen in social media, like there's things that you can do if you able to work good with your hands. It's a handyman, you may be, or a handy person. You could do things on the weekend and maximize your time. If you are an individual, or if you're an individual, it definitely is less money to spend than if you was a family person, of course. But either way, you have to maximize your time because you can't worry about if banks closing and government, renege on taking care of you and stuff. You got to look at in terms of survive. You can't even worry about your job. The job is just now, but you got to prepare for the future. What are you going to do if you lose your job? Do you have any skills? And I talked about this quite a few times on different shows. There's things you can do online, and there's what I call hustles. You can participate in surveys. This is not a lot of money, of course, but it's just a couple bucks here and there to keep the wheels turning if you have nothing to do that particular weekend or you want to maximize your time. That's one. You could do handiwork for the community, like helping people out, helping seniors out. They need help. There's people that's disabled. They need help, on the basics. There's companies out here that shop for seniors, shop for people that's disabled. Bring them food. Do work in their house. Especially if you have a vehicle. You could put your information out on Kijiji or Craigslist or any other local newspaper free local ads. And these things can help put money in your pocket. Ladies can do a little part-time daycare, babysit. Consulting services, if you have skills in the medical field or legal field or whatever, you could do consulting services, just as an example. You could teach English online. And these things is out there. People have been mentioning this, but I'm just giving you examples in terms of side stuff that you can do. You can do part-time teaching people English online for a weekend and make, $25, $30 an hour depending. You could do that locally or internationally. This is staying focused. You have old clothes in your house. You could put it out there on social media, Facebook Marketplace, and sell your clothes and old clothes and stuff. Because crazy as it seems, old vintage clothing has value. Instead of just dumping it out, clothes that is decent, you could flip it and sell it casually, so you could get a couple extra bucks, and that couple extra bucks can pay for groceries for that particular weekend. Just staying laser focused. And of course, if you have more money, you can invest in real estate and cryptocurrency, things like that. But a lot of people, average people, don't have it like that to do all of those major moves. But even in the real estate world, you can do crowdfunding and stuff where you don't have to need hundreds of thousands of dollars to invest. It could be like as low as $100 to invest with other investors, and that way, that's future monies though. You won't get that monies immediately, that being future monies. But I'm just giving you things that you can do maybe in the future, help you out, help yourself out, so forth. I'm not a guru within this. I'm in the same struggles as you. So I'm doing things because I'm out here grinding. So, I'm not going to say I'm some guru, master, millionaire. Far from all of that. I'm just out here in the wilderness just like you. Finding ways to get it. Staying focused. And you could do the same. Matter of fact, you better do the same. for yourself. Because this world is not, things is happening every day and you never know. Even people that is, let's say, on, public assistance and sitting on it, you better take some of that money and invest and prepare for your exit plan. Because if government crashes, they don't have no money for you. They don't have no retirement money for you, no Social Security for you, nothing. And anytime somebody gives you money and keep giving you money, they can also take it away or stop paying. And you can complain all you want. But if the government cries, I don't have no money to give, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Just complain and protest? But there's no money for you. And also, as you trying to survive, you also need some personal protection, whatever that will be. Because when people see you have it or you getting money and they desperate, guess what? Guess who they gonna come after? Yes, you. When people are starving, anarchy within society, a dog-eat-dog world, they come into whoever. So what you gonna do? See, you need to focus. You need to stay focused. As I alluded to earlier about the banks, but again, right now I went online and approximately 186 banks that is on the bubble in the US of A. And what do I mean by on the bubble? There is 186 banks that potentially can close. Potentially. That is financially shaky. 186. I didn't get the names of the banks as of yet. A lot of it, I'm sure, is not going to be out there. They're not going to disclose it per se. But I didn't do that research about the names of the particular banks. Personally, you just have to do your own research. Why? Because you know what? My mindset is this. There's no banks that I will co-sign and say it will be around forever anyway. Even the banks that I deal with, I'm not going to co-sign and say they're going to be around forever. You never know. Banks merge all the time. They could shut down anytime. So I don't depend on them to hold my money and trust them. I deal with them because it's business, but I'm looking beyond that. Diversifying myself, and so should you. This is how you will survive. Nowadays people put their brands on social media, build up their social media platform. It's another way of building up a side hustle per se, but it does take a little bit of time. It's a lot of discipline. But I'm just saying, if you really about that, then you can always email me. We'll talk about it. But you can always check that out with social media. There's plenty of people way beyond myself that can tell you about how to be successful through social media. But we in the digital world, and you have to look at that as well in terms of bringing residual income for yourself. There's many different ways. You just have to focus on what you like, what you're capable of to do or capable of doing, and staying laser focused. Because again, this world is cold and it's going to get colder. So staying focused is the key for your survival. When these banks close, and don't get all crazy, because this is part of society. Part of society. And this is just, really, I look at it as prophecy. Just focus yourself on doing better and having options to provide for yourself and family. And also link with family members or friends that you can maybe trade or do business with or partner up with. One of the keys of really surviving is partnering up with people that you can do business with, and not business in terms of large scale, but it's just bonding, knowledge, information. That's part of business too. Certain things one party might know that you didn't know, that information can help you make money, and vice versa. That's partnership, and it flows back and forth. You know, you might can't deal with your cousins or your siblings or your parents or whatever because they're not really feeling you. It's okay, because there's other people out here that could take that place and treat you better than that family member or friend, and you could partner up with them and you could do good business with. Life is also about partnership. Because if you look at the economy, this is a side note, businesses, big businesses, the elitists, they're not sole proprietors. I'll give you an example. Let's say Visor. And again, I forgot like the ownership, but they own, it's a corporation that owns Visor. A corporation. It's not an individual. See, what these elitists is doing, they're coming in, buying up other corporations as a corporation, because then you can't hone in on them particularly. They call it shares. They have shares within these corporations, and they have their business partners backing them up and having a certain amount of shares. Now, what's the point with all of this? To survive out here as a regular Joe Smo out here, partnership with people. And it's not about getting money from them per se. Partnership could be information that they share with you, like I said, to help you make money. So that's very important. Very important. How the rich get richer, because one of the things that they do, they partner with other like-minded people. It's hard to do this alone, people. Virtually impossible. You would definitely need to partner up in some form or fashion. That's just the way the world works. You become richer when you have people partnering with you and working with you. Simple thing. Look at the job that you work. The CEO is not working in your department side by side with you. There's a structure of other people in like a pyramid scheme that is partnering up with each other for an overall goal to get paid, but they also making the CEO rich. But without the people, his business will be stagnant. So as you become a sole proprietor, you want to build to becoming a corporation. Or you want to build to have partners. Even if you're sole proprietor, you have partners where you could delegate work or get information or key information for you to become successful. This is about staying focused. Average citizens out here. So there's many different steps, many different ways. But you don't worry about government in conclusion. Worry about you and what you can do. You have a brain, you have a right and left arm, you have a right and left feet. Or foot. Right and left foot. So what it means in the grand scheme of things is you have a chance to be successful and stay focused and keeping negative people away from you. People that's not bringing value in your life. You don't need that anymore because there's too many things happening in the world around you. Banks is closing. Price of food is rising. As I mentioned, gasoline prices is rising. Just in general, the cost of living is rising. So you need to be focused, laser focused. If you don't, you'll be food for the gods. Thank you for listening.